about using different devices such as TENS units or massage guns or all these different acupuncture style pads. How does that fit into the whole Egoscue program?
I definitely think if a client has, their own TENS unit or uses, like a Theragun or Hypervolt or whatever new one is out there today, there's like 50 of them. If they use it and it feels good, then I'm like, knock yourself out. Just trying to get them to recognize that that is a temporary fix. And the reason that it needs to be constantly used, especially something like a massage gun or like a self-release, everyone talks about like that psoas releasing that people lay on. And I just let them know, like, it's good for temporarily, especially if you do have super tight psoas muscles and it, for what you're feeling, it sounds like it does do something to make you feel better. But how long does that last? So are you having to do your TENS unit, multiple times a day? Whereas if you did that, but you started incorporating functional exercises more and more and more, are you finding that you need to use your TENS unit less? So I think it's okay if people use them and if they like them. I would just be weary of, if they're really aggressive with a spot that might be inflamed, like, well, I use it, but it hurts when I use it and then it feels worse. It's like, well, it's probably just getting more angry. So maybe just give it a little bit of a break for right now, and figure out why it's there in the first place. But yeah, overall, I think that they're pretty good to use as long as, the client doesn't have any adverse effects. And I was like, if it helps, it helps. Just recognize that it's just temporary and it's not something that's long-term changing. It's just a temporary fix.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like to bring up to them to notice, like, okay, how long does the relief last? Are you doing it all the time? And then if you don't do it, then you have pain again. I think that body awareness is, I guess the topic is education today. Like that body awareness is part of the education, and it's new and it's different for a lot of people. And a lot of clients aren't used to that. They're also not used to trusting their body in a way and just like trusting what they feel and trusting that they know what they feel and now they can actually make sense of it. And I think that's a huge factor. So I agree with you. I do tell people, like, if it feels good, then do it. I'm not going to tell you not to do something that feels good. Like, go ahead. And then same thing on the other end, though. Like, if it doesn't feel good, like, please don't force yourself to do it. And that even goes for our exercises, like what we were saying earlier too. Like, if an exercise that we think is going to do something that we need your body to do, but it hurts to do it, like, don't force yourself to do it. So I agree. If it feels good, go ahead and do it. And I think they can even be really good, like, powerful combination tools with the menu. I mean, myself, especially coming from the athletic training background, Mike, you might relate to this, like, foam rollers are everywhere, right? For athletes, it's like the best thing ever. And when gyms used to be open, I would play around with like foam rolling. Like, I would foam roll and then do my menu and then do my menu and then foam roll, and like, just to see, like, how does my body feel different? And either way, like, whatever order I did it in, it always felt better to me to do my menu and a foam roll, like, to do it together. I felt like I got more out of my menu that way. So I think it could be pretty powerful combinations with other tools and other modalities, like going to a chiropractor, going to a massage therapist, going to acupuncture. All those things can really work so much better if you're doing the exercises to put your body in a better position so you can receive those benefits.
Absolutely. And to speak to that a little bit, I think a lot of people, just society in general, we're very conditioned to being told what's going on or what's wrong. And, okay, they're the expert and I got to listen to them. But the person that's feeling the pain, they're the expert on what they're feeling. Unequivocally, they are the ultimate expert. So listening to those clues that their body's giving them is very valuable. So while these devices are great, I mean, I use a couple of them myself. Foam rolling, I use foam rolling. Yep. The So-Right that you were talking about, Lisa.
Yeah, I thought I saw you had one.
Yep, I got one. So I'll dabble with that every now and then. And that's not to say that it's wrong, but having that core foundation program to bringing your body back into alignment should be your bread and butter. And then, these supplemental devices to help spur it along can be very valuable as well. That goes with other treatments too, like acupuncture, chiropractor, that kind of thing. So it all fits together in that sphere, in that puzzle.